Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zendesk user on contact form 7 submission. So I'm an owner of a digital marketing agency and using contact form 7, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data, and using Zendesk, I manage all my leads. So here what I want is that as soon as many of the potential customers or clients, a new form submission is going to be done using contact form 7 and a lead is going to be generated. I want to create that lead as a user in my Zendesk account. Now creating these users manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here is this automation. I'm going to build the connection between contact form 7 and Zendesk with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zendesk user on contact form 7 submission. So as an owner of a digital marketing agency, I receive multiple inquiries for businesses looking for services like social media marketing, SEO and paid advertising. I use contact form 7 on my website to collect my potential clients' details, and I use Zendesk to manage clients' communication, support requests, ensuring every lead is properly tracked and followed up. By automating this entire process, every time a new lead submits a form with the help of the form that I've created using contact form 7, that lead is going to be created as a user in my Zendesk account, allowing my sales and support team to respond quickly, nurture leads efficiently, and provide seamless communication throughout the client journey. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Contact Us form and Zendesk with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create Zendesk User on Contact Form 7 Submission. So this is the name that I want to give. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Contact Form 7 Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Zendesk User on Contact Form 7 Submissions, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Contact Form 7. As with the help of Contact Form 7, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting my leads data for my business, and this form is embedded on my website. I want that as soon as by the potential customers or clients a new form submission is going to be done using Contact Form 7, I want the details of the lead form submission to be captured over here in my trigger. That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Contact Form 7, and for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Form Submission. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this unique webhook URL, we're going to build the connection between Contact Form 7 and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, open your Contact Form 7. So this is the form that I've created using Contact Form 7 in the name of Contact Us form, and I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. In order to connect this form, from the left side of the panel, if I'm going to scroll down, there's an option plugins. I'm going to go to this installed plugins option right over here, okay? As I'm going to land towards the install plugins page over here in the search plugins, I'm going to search for Contact Form 7. As I'm going to search for it, you can see I've installed a plugin in the name of Contact Form 7, and this plugin is activated also, you can see right over here. For connecting your Contact Form 7 to Pabbly Connect, it is necessary to install this plugin over here, and to install the plugin, under plugins you can see an option add new plugin. From here you can install this plugin in the name of Contact Form 7. Okay, as I've already installed the plugin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go towards the form that I've created again. So these are all the forms that I've created, from which I'm selecting this form, that is Contact Form 7, right over here. Okay, I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. For that, as you go to install the plugin, you can see an option in the name of webhook. Click on it. As you go to click on it over here, it says integrate. Tick this button on over here that says send to webhook right over here. And for the URL, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After that, click on the save button over here to save the changes that you have created. As you're going to do that, it says contact form saved. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. It is saying waiting for response. So now to check whether contact form 7 is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test form submission of this form that I've created using contact form 7. And after doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test form submission being done or not. Okay, so I'm going to open the form that I've created using contact form 7. So this is the form, and now I'm going to do the test submission of this form. Okay, it is asking for the first name, last name, phone number, and the email of our lead, which we're going to fill one by one. Firstly, for the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as customer01. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right here. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testcustomer01@pabblytudes.com. After that, I'm going to click on this submit button to the test submission. As I've clicked on submit, it says thank you for your message. It has been sent. As now the form submission is done, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see over here, the response of the form submission has been captured in our trigger. First name comes as test, last name comes as 01, customer01. For the phone number, this is dummy mobile number, email as testcustomer01@pabblytudes.com. As the response of the form submission has been captured in our trigger, this means that contact form 7 is now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now what I want is, as now we've received the lead's information in our trigger over here, I want to create this lead as a user in my Zendesk account. Now for that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Zendesk. And for the action event, I'm going to select as create user, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, it is asking for the Zendesk username, API token, and the subdomain. Using these details, we are going to build the connection between Zendesk and Pabbly Connect. And to have the details, follow the steps given here below the help desk. Okay. Firstly, it is asking for the subdomain. Let us find the subdomain. To have the subdomain, go to your Zendesk URL, and between the https and .zendesk.com, this is the subdomain right over here. So I'm going to log into my Zendesk account. This is my Zendesk account, and now what I'm going to do is I want the subdomain. So in this URL, between the https and .zendesk.com, this is the subdomain. I'm going to copy the subdomain from here and paste the subdomain right over here. Okay. So this is my subdomain. Next over here, I'm going to search for the Zendesk username. Username should be entered. First, you have to enter the email address and then enter /token in the end of the email address. So I'm going to enter my Zendesk user's email address right here. So this is the email address that I have. Now I have to enter this /token over here. So I'm going to copy it from here and paste it right over here. So this is the Zendesk username. Okay. Now it is asking for the API token. Now let us generate an API token. For that, follow the steps given here below in the help desk. Log into your Zendesk account. So this is my Zendesk account. You can see right over here. And now to have the API token, from the left side of the panel, I'm going to go towards the settings option. And in settings, it says go to admin center. I'm going to click on this hyperlink right here. As I'm going to come towards the hyperlink over here, that is the admin center of my Zendesk account. From the left side of the panel over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this apps and integrations option right here. And under apps and integrations, if I'm going to click on it, it says Zendesk API. I'm going to click on this right here. It says add API token. I'm going to click on this button right here. It is asking for the token name first. So for the token name over here, I'm going to write it as new user. Okay, this is the token name that I want to give. This is the API token. I'm going to copy it from here. After copying, I'm going to save it over here in my Zendesk account. You can see over here the token is successfully added. Okay, as now we have the token, I'm going to copy that and paste it right over here. Okay, after filling the details, I'm going to click on the save button over here to connect Zendesk to Pabbly Connect. As I've done that, you can see Zendesk is now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. As now the connection is successful, it is asking for all these details, with the help of which we are going to create a user user in our Zendesk account. Okay, so for the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this, you can see this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. This is the leads data, and I'm going to create this lead as a user in my Zendesk account. So for the data of this field, I'm going to select the data from this response that I've received in my previous step. Okay, it is asking for the name, so I'm going to select the data first name space the last name from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I have mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email, I'm going to map the data of the email. It is asking for the details which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. For the notes over here, I'm going to write it as new lead generated. Okay, this is the notes. For the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received. Okay, it is asking for the tags. I do not have the tags, so I'm going to skip the part. For the role over here, I'm going to select it as user. Organization, I'm going to select it as IT. External ID, I do not want that, so I'm going to skip the part. For the verified over here, I'm going to select it as yes. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response in which we have received the user ID, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Zendesk account to check whether a new user has been created in it or not. For that, I'm going to log into my Zendesk account again. So this is my Zendesk account, and if I'm going to refresh this customers page of my Zendesk account, you can see that a new user in the name of Test Customer 01 has been successfully created in my Zendesk account. The name is Test Customer 01. You can see right over here. This is the email, that is testcustomer01@pabblytunes.com with a dummy mobile number, and the note comes as new lead generated. As the user is now been successfully created in my Zendesk account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Contact Form 7 and Zendesk with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a digital marketing agency, and I have created a contact us form with the help of Contact Form 7 that is embedded on my website, with the help of which I collect my leads data. For the trigger, I've selected it as Contact Form 7 new form submission, as whenever by the lead a new form submission is going to be done through the form that I've created using Contact Form 7, automatically the trigger is going to capture the response of the leads details. As now we have the leads details, that lead is going to be automatically created as a user in my Zendesk account with the help of this action step, in which for my action application I've selected it as Zendesk and action event as create user. And with Pabbly Connect, I've built a connection between these two applications in this manner. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.